It's the Mad Master here, and I'm doing another video today. And this is about a very contentious subject that I've discussed before. However, this is a little bit of a different slant on it because this video is about the website OKCupid, otherwise known in many people's eyes as OK Stupid. But anyways, more on to that subject in a minute. I will describe why and how I am doing this video. Well, not how, but why. So, I've been doing OKCupid for on and off for a while, and recently this year I started trying to get back into doing the online dating thing with OKCupid. And I found that little by little, as the months went on, I was doing less and less, of stuff on OKCupid. I was just kind of like, doing other things in life or whatever. I wasn't really focused on it, but I had an active profile. But about a month ago, I decided to take dating a little bit more seriously. So I put a little bit more attention into getting online more and emailing more prospects. But about a week ago, I think it was about a week ago, they recently made an announcement that was just fucking bollocks and ridiculous. So this is kind of how I'm just going to describe what I used to do back in the day on OKCupid. And if there's a new website that's like similar, you could probably take this as advice, I guess, to how to do this shit. Back in the day, what I used to do, the first thing that you do on these websites is the strategy works, by the way. It really did. I had a long-term girlfriend from this strategy on Plenty of Fish, because this is like one of the best tips you can give someone who's doing online dating. Of course, if everybody does it, it kind of defeats the point, but I don't know. So I used to do a search for new users. And what I would do at least, search the new users, and you would do also ones that were online at the time and email them. New users, whoever's online now, higher success rate, right? Another thing I used to do. So I've made no secret about how I do somewhat favor somewhat younger women than me. So I would go with a certain age range, and I would, email women within a certain age range, let's say 22 to 35 or something like that. I'm just giving a hypothetical thing here. So I would go in there and, email the new users that were attractive to me between a certain age bracket, and dates and stuff would happen, However, another thing, there's one other thing. So you used to be able to see like who visited your profile, and if a girl was like cyber stalking you on there, you'd be like, oh, she's cute. I'm gonna email her. She didn't like me on there or email me, but she's looking at my profile a hell of a lot, so I'll say something. So come this year, the organization of OKCupid, or whoever the fuck owns them, or whoever said, whoever the people in charge, technicians or whoever the fuck is the CEO or whatever company, they decide, oh well, let's implement these new changes on OKCupid to make it just better experience for people. And let me tell you, this is the experience. If I only pursued online dating in the future and only used OKCupid, this is the experience that might result. Not always, but this is the experience of many men right now who are depending on OKCupid for their dating life. Because, so for one, they got rid of the dating or the visitors thing. You no longer, they announced it in this like hoity-toity fucking Reddit post, like, we want to make it better for people because you don't want to be bothered by the visitors tab. It's like, that wasn't a big deal to me, but I noticed that people commented on these blogs and articles and stuff like, that's how I met my wife, or that's how I met my husband. Dare I say that women might be affected by this? Because they're doing this all for women a lot of the time, as I'll get to in a minute. So, the second thing they took away, I didn't think that was March of this year. I was like, yeah, big deal. I don't give a fuck. But actually, I don't know if it was before that or after that. This is another thing I got rid of. So, you can only see people that were into your age range, because they used to have this little tab. If you were subscribed, if you actually paid for this shit, you could untab or uncheck it or check it. Only women in your age range. They made it automatically only women in your age range. And I'm going to tell you a story about that. I had a date a while back with a woman that her age range was like 31 or 32, and I'm above that. So, a date. And I swear that some of the girls I've dated have had their age range, maybe it's 30 or some shit. And I've emailed, or, maybe even 28, I've emailed them above their age range. Oh my God, power dynamics! Oh my God! I'm such a terrible person for doing this. Okay, so fucking bullshit. Okay, so, I would email these women, and, maybe they were just, maybe they forgot to change their age range or something. Maybe they hadn't updated their profile in a while, but they thought I was attractive. They would have dated someone my age, but they just forgot to fucking change it because people are fucking busy. So they got rid of that. And that was one slice off of the block of success that I could have on OkCupid. I'm just being honest here. I'm not saying that it's something that you should do all the time, like email girls that aren't in your age range, but I'm just saying I've had some success with that. The visitors thing didn't affect me, but I was just like, man, there's something not right with OkCupid nowadays. It doesn't seem to be as many women on there. And, I think that's because of a lot of reasons. So this brings us to why they're making all these changes. Oh, well, because Tinder is the big man on campus, so to speak, But that's one thing. The other thing is that they slowly just kept, sometimes they wouldn't even announce these changes they were making. So at first it was like, you had to like someone to email them. Now, or no, it wasn't, you had to like, I would have to like someone to be able to email them. And I was just like, yeah, it's kind of fucking dumb, but whatever, And then they got rid of that, and then there was this limbo for a while, like this, not the dance, but this like, I don't know what they were doing with it. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. It was just some fucking clusterfuck of technical bullshit with the site. So as I was able to email girls that were that I didn't like or something. I don't know how that worked with the quick match and all that shit. Now this latest thing, though, and I'm sure there's other things too, of course, that I could probably complain about. And I'm sure there's other changes that have been made that I'm not even recalling. But this latest one was this was the last straw for me. And it's not because I don't think I'm not a good enough person or attractive enough for women or something like that. I don't, it's beyond that. What it is, so what they did is they said, oh, well, we're making the experience better for women who get a bunch of unwanted messages. So we're going to be, the people you can message are only people that have liked you. I was just like, oh my God. Okay, so it is like Tinder. Don't get me wrong. That is like Tinder. You match up with someone. But there's so many fucking people on Tinder. And Tinder's a different experience that OkCupid is basically fucking done with that shit. Because OkCupid is more about applying personality and looks and other stuff to dating. That's what they prided themselves to be, because you have all these questions and all this shit, and it's over for them because, first of all, I'm sure their market share has gone down, and I'm sure people are, you go into all these Reddit forums and like, oh, OkCupid's dead now. Oh, it sucks. It's not like it was in 2013. People are saying all this shit. So I think there's some truth to that. And they're fucking just shooting themselves in the foot by all these changes. And I understand, yeah, women don't like a bunch of unwanted messages. Okay, fine, whatever. So, but there's filters that you could have put on. I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just saying that fucking, I mean, I'm a victim of likes I don't like, and I just ignore them. Now, I know it's harder online. With online dating, it gets pretty fucking crazy, because I've done some fake female profiles before just to see the responses, and it's fucked up, okay? I will acknowledge that. But to just totally blanketly change this thing that isn't even applicable to other websites, don't even do that. I mean, it's disingenuous bullshit to me. Okay, maybe you can make it what is it called? The A-list feature or whatever that they used to have. And I paid for that a lot of the time. Because for one, you had this thing that was really cool, is you were near the top, supposedly, of the emails when they get the emails. And then you had, all these features. Now they're just fucking destroying all that. And it's going to kill their, like, the reason to pay them other than the advertisements. Now, I've gone to another site, and it's another infamous site that has a lot of, maybe let's say a little bit of a lower caliber of individual on it, and it's known as Plenty of Fish. Now, I originally got off of Plenty of Fish because I was sick of Plenty of Fish and their changes, some of the changes they made, and went to OkCupid. Now, it wasn't only the change. Well, yeah, it was the changes, because you can't read much of their profile if you don't pay. And they have, they have age restrictions too. But, I mean, at this point, it's not even, those don't even matter on Plenty of Fish, because it's just fucking better now than OkCupid. And the reason why is because you can actually show your personality before someone can email you. Attraction is not just a fucking swipe. You have to, and the reason why I'm not going to quit Tinder is because there's just so many people on there. If OkCupid is like going to so it's like going to like a desert, like ghost town where there's two people that live there, and then having them, like, you have to fucking use Morse code and then type in Chinese to talk to them. Type in like some language they don't know, and then they have to interpret the Morse code behind a wall. That's what it's like now. Because what it is, when you're communicating with the opposite sex, a lot of the time, in my experience, it's not about them having to like my profile. If they don't like my profile, I could have still, most of the girls I've had dates with on OkCupid didn't like my profile. Or at least half, I'll say half of them. It was about half. It's about 50-50 now that I think about it. I'm sorry for fucking that up. But, about 50-50, they didn't like my profile necessarily. Like it, click like on it or whatever. So when you're talking and interacting with women, they're not going to necessarily do that. Now they have to do that to talk to you. And vice versa. So if I want to email a woman on OkCupid, I can't do it unless she likes my profile. What is that going to do with the fucking website? It's going to turn it into a shithole. I mean, so many restrictions now. And it sounds like some mansplaining, whining, edgelord shit. But you know what? Fine. I'm fucking pissed. I'm sorry. If you have, I was able to fucking get in there. I had so many tactics to get dates and stuff from OkCupid before they made all these changes, and now I have to apply them to different sites. That's fine. Someone else will get my business, and I sound really cynical and like whatever. I might sound really pissed off in this video, but whatever. I'm fucking pissed. Okay, they could have. gone a different way with their changes. They could have made it, okay, that's fine. I'll acknowledge it's bad to have all these email messages in your inbox, the shortlist picks. So how about this? So, oh, we're going to make more money by having the A-list, and then the like thing's taken off. So you can email women. It's like Match.com, where you can email women only if you pay. How about that? No, they didn't do that. They have to like you. Oh, they have to like you. It's just fucking ridiculous. And it's just another reason why like real life is becoming more appealing rather than internet shit. Other than doing, you know, stuff like this, the Mad Master channel, and, you know, music and stuff that's online, or, you know, my reviews or whatever. It's just, I mean, a woman's not going to necessarily like your profile or like you enough to click. Maybe it's just more, I mean, this sounds insecurity, but, you know, it's not necessarily, they're not going to necessarily use OkCupid like they use Tinder, especially if they're an experienced user of both the apps. So it's not going to be like, okay, what do they want? What does OkCupid want to be? They want to compete with Tinder. I mean, it's just like, if they're going to compete with Tinder, they better have that fucking demographic base, which Tinder has, and they don't. They do not. You go on there, it's fucking barren. It's like that small town that I was talking about earlier in this video. So I don't know what they're going to do with regards to all these changes. I might go back on. I'm getting some professionally done pictures and updated pictures, because I used to have some done by a professional that I used online and stuff. But I just got a fresh batch, you know, a couple days ago. So we're working on some. And I'm probably going to go back on there, but I'm not going to expect much from the site, because it's just, and then you just, oh, it's just so much bullshit. And now it's just like, it's either like polyamorous, fucking pretentious, whatever people on there, both sexes, by the way, both genders, or, you know, there's a lot of, I mean, I'm just going to be honest, there's a lot of transgendered people on there too. And it's cool, because I like that they are so open, but now it's just like, what is the reason to go on there? If you're, you know, it's cool that they had all these different lifestyles and these different demographics, but now that they're just going this direction, what's the fucking point? So that's all I got to say about that. You know, it's a bash against OkCupid. And you might think, you know, oh, why are you so bitter about this? Well, you know, when you are using a site and you're able to succeed on it, you know, you're able to get responses, you're able to meet new people, and then they do all these things to restrict that. And maybe the restrictions are well intended. Okay, fine. The restrictions are well intended. It sucks. And I think they need to think of more creative ways to approach these issues. If the issue is women are complaining about all these, I mean, it's a cliched, classic fucking online dating thing. If you know anything about online dating, it's that this a man will get, you know, their inbox will be like this, and the woman's will be like, you know, fucking whatever. But if they're gonna, I mean, men are complaining about this, women are complaining about this, women on these forums and all these blog posts and stuff. There's people complaining about this and these new changes with OkCupid. They're going to have to listen somehow. They're going to have to think of a new way to do this, because it's copying Tinder when you're not even fucking Tinder is not the way to go. And that's all I got to say. Please subscribe, share this video, and see ya.